that name.
His real name is Draco Malfoy.
Yeah.
We call him Jane.
I got shocked again.
Is that what you're freaking out about?
Dude, I get shocked every time I touch anything.
Yeah.
I'm...
Yeah.
Hurry.
You just have the electric touch. The invisible
The
touch.
electric boogie.
Yeah. Boogie, woogie, woogie.
Boogie, boogie, boogie.
Yeah.
You want to point that more at your mouth?
Why?
Maybe?
You don't like just talking into this corner of it?
No. I think
can't.
maybe
Yeah.
you got to turn it upside down.
I don't know. Who wants to... How about this?
No, turn it upside down.
I hate everything.
You're too tall. You have to turn it upside down. So here's what you... no. Do it this way. Do it this way. Unscrew that there a little bit.
Unscrew what? This?
Yeah. And then you should be able to...
Oh. Or is this what you're saying?
Yeah,
Upside down
and
this
then
way?
screw that. So now it's that way.
Oh, and you like...
And now you can actually point at your mouth better.
Interesting. Okay. Why did
Oh,
yours-
Michael.
This was your idea. All along.
I'm sorry.
This is Marshall's mic. I want everyone to know that.
No, it's not.
It is.
No.
It is. It's your little Shure. Not very sure to me. You know what I'm saying?
MV7X,
Interesting.
I think. This
Got your X hanging
back
out your
here
nose.
is a regular MV7 behind me.
Nice.
Welcome to everyone to Cinema Lounge, the official podcast of The Great Scubdo, which is a YouTube channel that doesn't exist anymore because I renamed it Cinema Lounge. Remember all those times that I said, hey, look, the show's back. All the episodes are going to be on YouTube soon. Well, Michael?
YouTube.
Wait, who are you?
My name is Michael. Yeah.
Where's Ben?
Hi. Ben's not here right now.
Ben told me he was going to be here. Who are you?
What's Ben's thing? Does he have a baby? Does he have a child?
One.
He's busy being a dad.
No.
Good for him.
No.
But also, I haven't met Ben, so I can't even
Really?
I can't in good conscience
Conscience.
consciousness.
Conscience.
Sure. I can't roast him. Also, I can't roast him if I can't actually speak.
Yeah.
That's really good.
All right, Michael.
What's up?
Podcast.
Podcast.
Cinema Lounge is back, for better or worse. I don't know what regularity we're going to be posting in, but we're here. The YouTube channel does actually exist. It's called Cinema Lounge.
Yeah.
It does actually now have every single episode on it. For some reason, right now, they're not the video versions of the ones that have video.
Yeah.
Don't know how to fix that yet. Need to figure that out. It also happened to the Church's podcast on the new episode today.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know why that happened.
You're posting audio without video, and you don't want to.
Not on purpose.
What you could do is you could lip sync the whole thing. Just listen through the audio for yourself,
Yeah.
turn the camera on, lip sync through the whole thing. Everybody will be like, oh, it's just Marshall. It's just Marshall doing these things.
I don't think you're fully understanding the gravity of the situation.
I'm
here,
pretty
but
sure
that's
I got
okay.
this perfectly. I'm a professional.
I don't think you understand anything. I don't
I
think
get
you
it.
really understand how podcasts go.
I do now. Now that I'm on my second episode.
Second
Oh,
episode of
Cinema
Cinema
Lounge.
Lounge.
Cinema
Yeah,
Lounge.
you might remember Michael from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem episode. We did not have video on that one, so you didn't see this.
That's true.
Welcome. But now you see it. Leave a
That's the
comment.
Different movie.
What do you
not the
think?
one. Leave a comment.
What do you think about this?
Make it a nice comment. I'm sensitive.
It's all going to be, where's Ben?
It
Bring back
probably is.
bring back Ben.
And that makes sense.
Bring
Yeah.
back one of the Bens. We don't even care which one. This week, I don't have any news. Didn't collect any. Sorry.
Yeah. There's none.
I'm sure there is news. I mean, we could talk all about the disaster that is the upcoming Oscars.
Yeah.
But the last episode we posted was The Return / F the Oscars 2.
Really?
Yes.
So last year's Oscars?
Yes, that's the last time we
Crazy.
posted an episode of Cinema Lounge, and
Wow.
we very confidently titled it The Return.
Well, thank goodness that your return is this really good movie that we're going to talk about today, which, as we know, I think will be on next year's Oscars.
You know, sometimes bad, stinky movies
Yeah.
win Oscars, like Suicide Squad won for makeup or something.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
This one will not. This will not
No.
win anything.
Crazy.
Oh boy. The point is, we're back now.
Yeah.
At some point, I want to do an F the Oscars. We'll see how that goes. That's next month sometime. I've watched most of the feature film nominated films.
Can I tell you a secret?
Yeah.
I haven't even looked through the nominees.
That's
I'm
okay.
a bad film fan.
That's okay.
Yeah.
You won't recognize it.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I really, really do. Yeah.
It, compared to last year, what a drop off.
Yeah.
Like, they're not bad.
Yeah.
But last year had some hot potatoes.
Yeah.
This year, mostly good.
Yeah.
Except for one.
Which one?
Bad. Genuinely just bad.
Which one?
Actually bad.
You got to tell me which one.
It's called Emilia Perez.
I heard about this.
It's
yes.
Bad.
Has at least one song from that jazz lady that did that song from Ratatouille that everyone knows.
What?
You know the Ratatouille song. I'm not going to do an impression of it. That one. Yeah.
There's a song from that
That
lady in
lady-
this movie about Mexico
Yes, exactly.
that has no Mexicans in it.
I don't know. Fact check me, but yeah.
Well, that sounds on par. It's directed by a French guy
Yeah.
who knows nothing about Mexico, has loudly stated that he didn't care to do any research because he feels like he got it. No Mexicans on the cast or crew, I believe.
Bad.
Yep. You know, not good.
Not
Most
great.
of it's also a musical. It's a very bad musical.
Yeah.
The Spanish in it, of which it is mostly in Spanish, is very bad and seems to have been like written in one language and then translated
Oh, great.
after the fact.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make sense, especially the songs,
Yeah.
which are very bad. And also as a movie about like the trans experience, which it kind of is, I've heard from people in that community, very bad.
Also
like
bad.
very poorly. Yeah,
Great.
it is amazing. It's
Yeah.
I don't know. That's how I feel about it. So do what you will with that information. We're here to talk about a really great movie today.
Such
instead
a good
of that movie.
Yeah.
Captain America, Brave New Captain America.
What a force of nature, Captain America, New World Order.
Yeah. I wanted to do more research. I meant to do more research on kind of the way that it all came about.
Yeah.
Haven't done that. What I do know, we'll talk about the regular things we talk about. Script score, cinematography, performances, all the different stuff.
Yeah.
Non-spoilers for a little bit, going to spoilers. It's just baffling. First of all, I'm going to insert here our little bingo game.
So cool.
I'm not lit very evenly, but that's okay. And I'll deal with it because we don't have a lot of time. So,
Yeah, we're going to a movie in 18 minutes.
less than that probably. So we're going to watch Captain America, Brave New Captain America.
Yes.
And I thought it would be fun since we have like an hour before we actually, or more or less, we had to set up the stuff. But we had time before we actually go see the movie.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be fun to do a, like, not bingo, but like a little, like, guess things that are going to happen, and whoever gets more right wins. And then we'll come back to that after. So, Captain America, New Brave Captain America. I'm sure when we record a full episode, we'll have talked about news or something. I don't know. But right now,
We have this so planned out, so professional.
so planned out, so professional.
We're great at
So
this.
do you want to go one at a time, and then if we have the same one, we can just say it?
Yeah.
So we've both written down 10 things that we think might or definitely will happen in the Captain America, Brave New Captain America movie, starring Red Captain America, and that's not going that
can't, you
direction.
gotta-
Nope. And
cut
Anthony
that.
Mackie.
There's a lot being thrown
So
around.
give me
It's
your
really-
first one. Give
I'll
me your
my
first guess.
one. Okay, my first prediction was you remember that when he was the Falcon, he had Red Wing, his little drone.
Yeah.
I think in one of the trailers he has two drones, and my prediction is that they will be called White Wing and Blue Wing.
Oh no. And also, careful of your arm there. These make a lot of...
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm bad at
That's
the
the problem with
podcast.
having things that sit on the table without a shock mount.
Yeah.
That's a really... There's zero chance.
No. I think there's a little chance.
That's true. He's silly. He's kind of silly with the big
Yeah.
three, the wizards and goblins or whatever thing that
Yeah.
he talked
Even
about.
Red Wing was kind of silly. It was kind of played for laughs. So
I thought you were going to
think
say that it was going to be a real bird this time.
Oh, that would be
but
stellar.
There's no way it's going to be a real bird. And he's
Yeah.
They're not going to give him telekinesis, bird powers, or whatever it is like he has in the comics.
Tragic.
Okay, that's pretty good. On a scale of yes to no, do we think that's going to happen?
Yeah.
I'm going to say no.
Dang it.
And then I'll have to go back and see what we both said for these and
Cannot
find out.
scale these all yes to no.
I think if we correctly guess something and then correctly say yes or no to it, like the other person gets a chance to get a point off of that person's point if they say that it does or doesn't happen.
Oh, I understand. Okay.
How do you think about it? Does that make sense?
These are all yeses. So I'm assuming we're yes for all of the ones that we wrote down, but
yes.
we can say no
but
for the
if
other
we
person's.
think we have to say for the other person if it does or doesn't happen.
I love that.
And
yeah.
if we're right, then we get another point.
So I'm obviously a yes because I wrote it, and you're a no.
You
on
have
the
to
one
be.
I wrote.
We can't
Yeah.
know our own note.
Yes,
if you wrote it down,
yeah,
you're saying it's going to happen.
Yeah, we're going in blind. Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. You want to hear my first one?
I really love to.
The leader has to earn his forehead.
How do they do
You know
that?
what I mean? Or like you watch a whole season of Daredevil and he finally gets his costume in the last 10 minutes of the last episode.
Oh, I understand.
Or like Kingpin is supposedly going to be really fat in the new Daredevil show. People are joking about how he earned being fat. Like you always like the iconic things about the character. They like have to earn the thing. You don't just show up and Captain America has his shield and has this stuff.
Yeah.
It has to go through this is how Han Solo got his gun, all these different things. Okay. So I'm going to say the leader has to earn his forehead. He's not going to show up in this Tim Blake Nelson already with a big head.
Okay.
Even though we literally saw it growing in The Incredible Hulk.
I think I'm going to say no because I think his head will stay consistently the same size the whole time.
Okay. I think it will grow in some form. Okay, your turn.
Excellent. My next one is that I think that Bucky is going to arrive to set up Thunderbolts. Yeah.
Okay.
Not a super sensational take.
Yeah.
But I think that will happen at some point because they're buddies and stuff like that.
I don't know. I feel like if he was in it, they would have put him in the marketing just because people know, like they know that we want to see Bucky.
Yeah. Yes or a no?
For what was it?
To Bucky
I'm going to say no.
To plug the Thunderbolts. All right.
Yeah, I'm going to say no.
I'm going to write down.
I feel like even for post-credit scene, it's going to be a no.
Actually, do like a red cut.
Unless the post-credit scene is just a trailer for Thunderbolts, which I feel like doesn't count.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily count that if it's like a full trailer. No, I'm thinking Bucky as a character will show up.
Gotcha.
But okay, I'll put a no for that.
Okay, do you want to hear my next one?
Yep.
Liv Tyler cameo.
Well, I wouldn't want dead Tyler cameo. That's a Michael Klopp play on words.
Oh boy, that's what I think. I think that's an easy. That feels like a layup to me. Like I feel like she shows up for some reason. Maybe her and Thunderbolt are estranged, and then there's like a little reunion for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, I think she will 100% return.
Okay. Betsy Ross will return. Betty Ross.
Is Betsy Ross the...
Betsy.
She created the American flag, I think. Is that right?
It's Betty. It is Betty.
Yeah.
Crap. Okay, your turn.
That's fine.
So you said yes.
I did say yes for that one.
Okay.
Are you keeping track of my yeses and nos?
No, but I'm going to edit the podcast later. So
that's a great point. Cheating. My next one, Sam says some form of like, I am Captain America.
Oh, okay.
Because that's like been the thing for superhero movies is like they have like for some reason people think the coolest thing they can do is announce themselves by their own superhero name. I think it's super cringe.
So just in general, I'm Captain America?
Or like call me Captain America. There'll be some form of that.
Like, who are you?
Yeah.
I'm Captain America.
Yeah.
Man.
Or somebody will call him Falcon, like, you know,
that
by
could be
accident
good.
And something like that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like yes. That's an easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm maybe being even more bold than you, actually, in mine. I thought that I was kind of doing layups.
Oh, just you wait.
Other than Red, White, and Blue Wing.
Just you wait.
Okay, you ready for my next one?
Yep.
X-Men/Weapon X program reference.
Oh, dog. Just a reference.
Yeah, I don't think that the X-Men are going to show up. Weapon X might be a thing, but that's not a U.S. government thing. That's a Canada thing. So maybe and it's a like underground thing, right? Is it the U.S. government?
No, I think it's I don't remember because in X-Men Origins it was the U.S. government.
I've been reading through all of Uncanny X-Men, and I haven't gotten to the place where they actually explain Logan's backstory.
Yeah.
Like, you still don't really know, and he doesn't know, where he comes from or why he comes from or anything like that yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I don't really remember.
Yeah. I think it would be a very natural, like...
Because the adamantium stuff.
natural follow-up to...
Yeah.
It's called adamantium.
It's the
stronger
more
than-
indestructible than vibranium.
Oh, it's going to be so
Very
bad.
stupid.
I'm not excited
So yes
to
or
hear
no?
that in the movie.
X-Men
I
/
think
Weapon
yes.
X reference.
I'm going to say yes, even just out of hope, because I think that would be fun to have a little lead up into that.
Okay.
I don't think they're going to show
No.
Logan or... Yeah.
No.
All right. My next one. Somebody is going to clown on the Serpent Society name at some point.
Serpent Society? More like Stupid Society?
Yes, some classic Marvel like Bathos, whatever you call that.
I don't know.
Where it's supposed to be a serious moment. They play it for laughs.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's going to be what's the new Falcon's name? Torres, something like that. I forget his first name.
Fernando?
Maybe.
I don't remember. I'm sorry.
This is what we get for not having seen the movie yet.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry for him, but it might be him. I think somebody's gonna make a silly, goofy joke out of the Serpent Society name though. When Giancarlo Esposito pulls it up and it says it completely serious.
We're in the Serpent Society.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Feels like Marvel, right?
it does. I have one like that, but it's not here yet. My next one is Sam does some version of the "I'm loyal only to the dream" speech from Daredevil Born Again, the actual comic book Daredevil Born Again, where Cap comes in towards the end because they send in Nuke and Cap is like, "What's this about?" And it's the government doing bad stuff, and the government's like, "You're our best friend, right?" And there's this iconic panel of him holding the flag and being like, "I'm only loyal to the dream, General," or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think, with like the social commentary of him being a person of color, being Captain America, and what does that mean for him, that they kind of went into in Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
I feel like with this being so much more directly U.S. government related, and them asking him to work with them and form a new Avengers, I think that we might get something like that. Like with that, "You're not Steve Rogers. You're right. I'm not."
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's what I have. Yes or no?
He loves a speech.
Yeah.
We know that about Sam Wilson.
Be better. Be nicer.
Be better, Senator.
Don't be a bad politician.
And nobody...
Be a good politician.
Nobody watching at the time was like, yeah, cheering on the Falcon. Everybody was like, yeah, okay.
You're right.
Yeah. We're all with you, buddy.
It's like the opposite of he's out of line, but he's right. It's just like, I mean, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like, you're not saying anything anyone doesn't agree.
What a meme.
It's not controversial.
Man.
It was almost great.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
And then fell flat every time.
Yeah. Well, I have plenty of comparisons to that during the actual episode here for sure. But
next idea.
I think that he will make a little speech.
Okay.
Or a big speech.
I'm saying specifically, I'm going really specific and saying that it will be taken from that "I'm loyal only to the dream" thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, next.
I will say yes. We asked a couple of our close friends and family if they had any predictions.
Yeah.
I asked my wife, Michaela. My wife. She said she saw the Fantastic Four trailer last week that dropped, and she thinks that they will show up in the post-credits scene.
No.
Anything I know?
I'm going to say easy no on that one.
Yeah. That's fair.
All right.
And why? Why do you think no?
It's too early. Like, they just showed the first trailer, and we're not getting anything else out of that for a while.
Faithless.
Correct. My number 5 is Serpent Society is a Hydra offshoot.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That feels like, we can't just have a thing that's new. It has to be, a different thing that's part of that thing. And I'm going to say if it's a S.H.I.E.L.D. offshoot, that also counts, since S.H.I.E.L.D. was just apparently Hydra.
Yeah.
For a long time.
Yeah. It's a fun idea.
It's a fun idea, and it was cool in Winter Soldier, and then confusing to think about ever again. Mm-hmm. Of like, what is the mechanics of that?
Yeah.
How's that work?
Yeah, they kind of brushed it away. But I think
immediately in Age of Ultron, they were just like, "We're done. We destroyed the last Hydra base.
Hydra and Shield are both gone, and you don't get to see how
but
that
also
happened.
Shield is back.
But go
they're
watch
fine.
Agents of Shield on ABC at 9 p.m., 8 p.m. Central Time.
I never watched it. I watched it a little bit.
It's all right.
All right, what's your next thing? Wait, yes or no?
It's a yes for
okay.
me on that, because that'd be cool. Yeah.
All right, what's your next thing then?
I just wrote down Red Hulk melts some tanks and stuff. What I mean by that
He's
is
got
you're
heat
gonna get
powers or something, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got heat powers.
Yeah.
So I'm picturing you're gonna get a sweet shot of him, just like walking through some like busted up tanks that he just threw around, and they're just gonna like melt. I'm hoping he doesn't just melt people, because that would be yuck.
Cool.
I mean, it would be kind of cool. But like, I'm picturing. I don't think Marvel would.
I'm hoping he melts everyone.
I think he's just gonna melt metal equipment and things.
Yeah.
And you get that shot.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna say yes, because I forgot that he could do that.
Yeah.
And I feel like that would be a cool thing to do.
Yeah.
Which makes me think that it should be a no, because I don't think that they're going to do cool things. I think they're going to
You got to pick one.
fail supremely. I'm going to say yes.
All right. Sticking with yes.
My next one is from Charles, Indiana Jones food poisoning reference.
Shout out Charles.
Which meaning
yeah.
the sword fighter doing all the crazy stuff, and then Indy just shoots him. So it would be somebody like getting crazy and excited to like, I'm going to take down the Red Hulk, and then Red Hulk just goes.
Yeah.
So that would be that.
I think as I was trying to come up with these things, I was like, they could they help themselves from putting in an Indiana Jones thing or anything? I don't think they'll do it, but I love the idea so much.
Yeah.
So shout out Charles.
I have to say yes, because it's mine.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's a 50-50 shot.
Yeah.
Of someone being smart enough to think of that.
Yeah. They could.
Yeah.
Somebody would be like, oh, that gamma radiation is like the holy grail.
This is holy.
It's like
grail
the fountain
radiation. It's did they do the fountain of youth?
It's not the fountain of youth.
No, maybe you're thinking of Ben and Marshall do a screenplay when Ben and Marshall wrote an Indiana Jones script where Indiana Jones searches for the fountain of youth.
Maybe I'm thinking of my favorite movie of all time, Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides.
All right, my next one.
Wait, no, it's my turn.
Is it? Okay,
yeah,
go ahead.
You read Charles.
Go ahead. It's almost time for the movie.
I know. The leader's noggin is way too small.
Is that so? Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Does it have to be that way the whole time, or is it he shows up, it's small, and then it grows?
It's going to be small the
count?
entire time. It's not going to grow. I'm telling you right
so
now.
So we have diametrically opposed leader forehead predictions.
Yeah, we do. You heard it here. We're gonna find out.
You don't think it's going to shrink. You just think it's going to stay small.
I just think it's not going to be normal
like larger than normal, but small.
Yeah.
Too small.
Yeah, too small. Not the up to here like in the comics. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if the camera could even catch that, but we'll see.
I've got more headroom on mine than you do. You're tall.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say no, because mine is different than him. I have to say yes to mine.
Yeah.
Bruce Banner Hulk cameo.
Oh, 100%. That's easy.
I don't know.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
I want it to be yes.
That's one that Michaela said too. That was the first one she said, and I said you got to pick a wackier one than that, because I feel like that's a given, because they're essentially making this the Incredible
another Hulk movie
Part 2 in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I don't know.
From what we see so far, I don't know. We could be wrong about that. I don't know. That's just the perception.
I honestly don't think it's going to happen, but I have to say yes because I wrote it down.
That's fine.
Your turn.
Red Hulk rips Cap's wing off because he can't keep those dang wings on.
Easy yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Melts the wings.
He could what did I just say?
Melt the wings. Are they made of vibranium?
Not yet, but I think he gets vibranium wings later on in this. We see in the trailers. So I'm guessing he gets his ring. I can't say that.
Ring of
power. Gets his wings whipped off.
Wings whipped off.
Yeah, and then he gets his new vibranium suit after that.
Okay, we got to really speed up now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say yes, easy. Steve Rogers cameo. And that could be like in like museum form.
Yeah.
Of like Anthony Mackie's like so frustrated and like, oh, I can't beat this Red Hulk. And then the TV behind him is like, when I was Captain America fighting a Red Hulk, I always said, persevere for your nation. And then he's like, I'll do it for the nation.
Oh.
Or something, you know?
I don't think Captain America's coming back in person.
Yeah.
But I think
watch it happen.
B-roll, that would be nuts. Because Chris Evans just said this week, he's like, nope, happily retired. But
They all
B-roll,
lie.
that could happen. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So yes or no?
I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
With that in mind.
Okay, quick, your turn.
Sam takes the big boy juice is what I wrote down. He's gonna take
I say no.
The stupor stolger steer.
I don't think so.
All right. And I get that a lot. We'll see. I would love it if it happened because I like seeing big super strong boys taking on other big super strong boys long term in the MCU.
Yeah, agreed. My next one. Amadeus Cho referenced or introduced.
Oh, as Hulkling?
Yeah. Or just
Terrible
as a
name.
person, as a character.
Yeah.
And then hopefully in a Hulk project actually becoming a character.
I'm going to say no.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't think they're ready for that story yet, even though I know they're doing it in Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which I think is
Sort
super
of.
fun.
Maybe.
Yeah, he's there. He exists. But I don't think they're going to do that just yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your turn.
My final one.
Yeah.
Black Widow lady bites the dust. Because there's a Black Widow lady in this. Did you know
Oh, the controversial
yes.
Sabra.
Which I don't even know much about it, so I can't speak on the controversy yet.
Yeah.
I need to read about it. But I think she's going to get got at some point in the movie.
Yeah, I'm going to say yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a tough one, but I'm going to say yes.
Yeah.
Okay, my last one. He's behind me, isn't he?
Oh, everyone's least favorite Marvel thing ever.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's tough. That's really. I'm gonna say no, and really hope that I'm right because we know that Marvel needs to step away from it, from that kind of a comment. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna say no.
But it's hard to step away if you don't know if he's behind you.
Yeah, there was one clip that's been released already of. I think it's Joaquin Torres. I remember that just now.
Yes.
Of him like
That sounds
landing
right.
and taking out some dudes.
And he does like this
this
little shuffle walk thing.
Yeah,
It's
he
like, what
kind of
the
whoops and he
heck?
goes, nobody was here to see that or something.
Yeah.
And
good.
that was really hard to
Not
watch. so I'm hoping that's the only really cringe moment.
Yeah.
But if they do,
But I'm not talking about like general Joss Whedon-y dialogue.
Yeah, you're
I
thinking
mean,
specifically.
he's behind me, isn't he?
I'm saying no to it.
Okay.
I'm saying no, and I really hope that I'm right.
All right, that's the
So
end
we'll
of our
see.
list. That's our bingo. So we'll see what happens.
We're late already.
We
our
are
movie.
late already, but it's like
So good.
5 minutes away.
It's for you guys
So.
that we decided to be late.
It's for you guys, America, and we do it for the nation.
Yeah. I'm not going to salute. That feels disrespect. No. Oh, dear. All right. We're going to go to see this movie. We love you guys so much. We'll be back to Real Cinema Lounge, to our regularly scheduled episode right now.
See you in the lounge.
Are we going to clap to it?
Wakanda forever.
Great.
Okay, so we're talking about our predictions and if they were real or not
Yeah.
when we get to spoilers. But here's the thing. Not good.
You didn't think it was good?
No, I'm just... I'm genuinely just kind of confused about how this movie had 4 full, like the length of a movie shoot happened 4 different times on this movie.
Right.
And this is what we've ended up with.
Yeah.
How bad were the first 3 versions of this movie?
Yeah.
And how is this what we said? This is good.
Yeah. And like, what was it a quality thing? Was it a like Marvel's going in a different direction with their overall universe, so you have to reshoot stuff thing?
Was it China doesn't like it?
Dude, I'm always wondering about that.
Yeah.
Like, is it weird international relations?
Is that why Sam
Nonsense.
is wearing a helmet in a lot of it? Because
and it's not that. I don't know, because like the old, it's not very patriotic, is it?
I mean, I would say that it is more about the U.S. government and military than any of the previous movies have been, including the first one. And
That's
I
an
think it's
interesting call,
worse
yeah.
for it.
Interesting.
It feels more like a propaganda government movie made by the government than it does a movie that is about Captain America and happens to involve U.S. government in some form.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, they're trying to do... Do we want to read real quick? Like, it's been so long since we did this. IMDb, Captain America, Brave New World. Let's just read the description on IMDb real quick.
Yeah, let's hear it.
I used to have notes. I haven't done that at all today. We're getting in here without any prep. Captain America Brave New World. It's from this year, 2025, PG-13, hour and 58 minutes. Felt shorter, weirdly. Sam Wilson, the new Captain America, finds himself in the middle of an international incident and must discover the motive behind a nefarious global plan. Directed by Julius Onah, who the only other real thing of note that he directed is the Cloverfield Paradox.
Yeah.
Which also like got chopped to pieces, I think, is what
Yes.
happened in the background of that one.
Yeah.
Written by, let's see the long list of names. Hold on. I can only see 3 here, but I'm pretty sure there's 5. It's thinking. Written by, I'm getting a American Family Insurance Captain America ad.
Oh,
Written by Rob Edwards, Malcolm Spellman, Dallin Mousson, Julius Onah, director got in there, Peter Glanz. Oh, also story by Rob Edwards, Malcolm Spellman, Dallin Mousson, based on characters created by Joe Simon and Jack Kirby. Starring Anthony Mackie as Captain America, Harrison Ford as President Thunderbolt Thaddeus Ross, Danny Ramirez as the new Falcon Joaquin Torres, Shira Haas as Ruth Bat Seraph, who I can't remember the Sabra is the character's name.
Yeah, in the
The
comics.
superhero name. Carl Lumley as Isaiah Bradley, back again. Tim Blake Nelson, back again as Sam Stearns, the leader. Giancarlo Esposito as Sidewinder, and that's kind of the important stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know who did the music for this.
You're the only one that I've ever heard pronounce Giancarlo's name like that. Is that actually how it is?
I believe it is.
I love that.
I think so. Cinematography is Kramer Morgenthau. Music by Laura Karpman. She was the composer for The Marvels and What If and Lovecraft Country and a good movie, American Fiction, which I liked the score in that. I don't remember it super specifically, but I liked it. Yeah. So, Michael.
Yeah.
What do you think about Captain America, Brave New Captain America, and New Falcon, and New President, and New Forehead?
Well, for starters, I wish New Falcon hadn't been there for most of it. I really feel like you could take him out of the movie, and that doesn't change anything about the movie overall.
I think we talked, I don't know if it was on the way back, but we from the theater, about how he felt like the Legolas of this movie.
He did.
Where his main role is just say what's happening. And, they're taking the hobbits to Isengard. There's a foul voice on the wind.
Yeah.
I see all these different, good. Works in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
A little silly that's 90% of his dialogue.
Right. Didn't work
in
here
this,
at
no.
all. Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Not good.
I liked that. I didn't like. I thought it was funny that they put in the dialogue for maybe a teenager or early 20s kind of character into, I don't know how old he is, maybe 30-ish, something like that. It did not land a whole lot
really
of
didn't.
Well, no, I'm gonna you're gonna hear a ton of me going, I'll talk about, no, that's gotta wait till spoilers, so I'll wait on it.
He was born in 1992.
92, so he's 33. Yeah.
That's crazy.
33 is real old for the dialogue they gave him. Not that he's an old guy or too old for any of it, but for the script they handed to him, I feel like they meant to hand it to a Tom Holland
A teenager.
type. Yeah, essentially, yeah.
I mean, he was talking like a Gen Z, oh man, I don't know. There was so much forced brotherhood in this where I don't know, it's like they're just trying to do a new version of Steve and Bucky.
Yeah.
But modern Steve and Bucky.
Right.
What does Steve and Bucky look like? Steve and Bucky. He's a nice guy. I love Steve and Bucky.
Steve and Bucky for mayor.
I needed to
Yeah.
I need to get my taxes in order, so I called my accountant, Stephen Bucky. Stephen Bucky will do your taxes for 2 bits.
For 2 bits. What year is this?
I don't know. All right.
Good. They were trying to do just a new Steve and Bucky. I completely agree.
Like, what would Steve and Bucky?
Yeah.
What would that dynamic be for Sam and Sidekick? Because Joaquin Torres is a character I believe that does exist in the comics. Like, there's somebody who exists in the comic books. Is this what this character is like? Based on the way that modern Marvel Comics writes teenagers and young people? Probably.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work in live action very well.
It really doesn't. Yeah.
It just feels silly and ridiculous. But if he was wearing a silly, ridiculous costume and was at a silly, ridiculous Avengers compound or something like that, then maybe I buy this.
Yeah.
But as someone who is apparently in the Air Force and apparently working out of an Air Force base, not an Avengers headquarters of any sort, it just feels weird.
Yeah.
Like, what is this weird division of the military now that is Sam Wilson? Because Captain America, after the first movie, has never been an agent of the government.
Right.
He's worked with S.H.I.E.L.D. In Winter Soldier, he was working for S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
But that's a para-government organization, I think.
I think it's like international. It's like Interpol, kind of, in a lot of ways.
It's always been kind of unclear, and it's never been more unclear than in Captain America, Brave New Captain America, where it feels like these guys are just like military soldiers.
Well, that's when I say it's like it feels less patriotic than the others, that's like kind of the stuff I'm talking about, where it's like it feels like a more, like, in universe, it feels like a more staunch statement when a guy named Captain America goes rogue against the government in Civil War and does this whole thing. Like, it's this huge thing. And that was a character who can make the speeches about, like, oh, the price of freedom is high, but that's a price that I'm always willing to pay.
The
Whatever
whole,
he
like,
says.
no you move thing in the comics and stuff like that. Yeah.
That's what makes him cool, I think. Like, I think that's his whole character.
Yeah.
And I get the impression audiences don't really feel that in the, like, when watching the movie. Yeah.
I don't know. It was interesting. I had kind of a conversation in the Discord at one point. The personal Discord, not the Cinema Lounge one. Sorry. About how, like, there was, I don't know, I posted my review for the movie from Letterboxd. Like, I always screenshot my Letterboxd and I throw it in there.
Whoa.
I don't know what that was. And it just, like, I don't know, I gave it like 2.5 out of 5 stars, and I said there's 5 writers and you can feel it.
Yeah.
And somebody was like, that's unfortunate. Anthony Mackie is a solid guy. And then somebody posted a video of him talking about how, like, I don't feel like America is one of the things that Captain America should stand for.
Yeah.
As like a clickbait of, like, well, turns out he sucks. And it's like, actually, he's right.
Right.
And Chris Evans said the exact same thing in different words, and nobody cared.
Yeah.
And that's interesting in itself. But he's right. Like, Captain America is a character who is very similar to Superman in that the fantasy is not, what if a guy who was good and always made the right decisions was really strong. It's what if a guy who was really strong and all-powerful was also a guy who was good and makes always the right decision and always strives, at least, to do the right thing. And that's what Captain America is. And there's in my predictions, I made a prediction that didn't exactly come true. He kind of did it, but there's a speech in the comics in Daredevil Born Again where there's a point in that comic that the government has been using this operative who's just, like, completely insane and killing civilians and stuff like that. And he kind of storms the office of this general and is like, what's going on? And the general's like, oh, Captain, we're always happy to have your loyalty and everything like that. And there's this iconic panel of him grabbing the American flag and being like, I'm loyal only to the dream. That's what Captain America is.
Yeah.
And that's what the previous 3 movies have been all about. Like, the first one, save America, save the world, not just America.
Yeah.
The second one, I don't trust this country. This is all about, like, espionage. Captain America 3, again, going rogue against government and everything like that.
Yeah.
And then this one just kind of doesn't do that at all. And so I don't know. I feel like the idea of Captain America being a symbol of America is good but complicated,
Yeah.
especially today. And that's something that Falcon and the Winter Soldier was about.
Yeah.
And that's something that I feel like this movie kind of wanted to do, maybe, and then chickened out and didn't do at all.
Yeah.
Because it is really interesting to think about, like, what does it mean to be Captain America when this guy, Thunderbolt Ross, who apparently the world thinks is not a good guy, even in this universe.
Yeah.
What does it mean to be basically he's your boss and everything like that? And I'm representing him to the world, and he represents me. Like, there's a back and forth here. And it doesn't really do anything with that.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate. And Captain America is really just a soldier. And I don't get it.
Not
I
even
don't,
a super
and I
one.
don't like it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm right there with you. I think it's the idealism thing is such a Captain America trait, and not that you just have to copy and paste Sam Wilson into Steve Rogers.
No,
like,
because they are
story.
different characters.
Yeah, and they should be. Yeah, it's just that it's hard to think of. It's hard to think of the character that is more like, I don't know what the word would be. A little more bitter, a little more like aggressive, stuff like that. Much less idealistic. It's hard to just transpose him into that same role.
Yeah.
And especially here's the kind of the kicker, especially when you don't explore that change. You know what I mean? Like,
yes,
the Falcon and the Winter Soldier might have tried that.
Yeah.
I didn't get a feeling that it did it well when that happened, and I was really hoping that there would be something for that in the screenplay in this movie, and I don't think you ever got that. Sorry.
It's okay.
Thank you.
I don't know, man. I feel like one of these reshoots, and you could really feel the reshoots. The reshoots are so painfully clear.
Bad.
It was. I can read you out the notes that I was writing in the theater. I don't usually use my phone in the theater, but I knew that there was going to be like 3 people there on opening night, which is insane.
Yeah,
that was seriously
crazy.
Like less than 10 people in the movie theater.
At one of the biggest theaters in town.
Yep.
That usually is packed.
A new Captain America movie.
Yeah.
What an indication of the way things are going.
Yes.
But what was I saying? What was I saying, Michael?
You were talking about the lack of people in there being
backwards. Go back.
I can't.
Further back.
I don't know.
What were you saying?
I was saying that they didn't explore the idealism of the character.
One of the things that happened in the reshoots.
Yeah. Oh yeah, reshoots.
Is that maybe they took some of that out because Falcon and the Winter Soldier did an okay job of exploring what does it mean in today's world to be the new Captain America, and not only to be the new Captain America in today's world, but also to be the new Captain America and be a person of color, and specifically in relation to the United States, a black person picking up the Captain America shield. And to me, the best parts of that show are when they actually dug into that conflict for Sam. Yeah. And the stuff with Isaiah Bradley. Really good, really interesting. And that's the stuff that I feel like they should have leaned into, and they just didn't in any way. Yeah. And I wonder if that's because of backlash from Falcon and the Winter Soldier, of people taking, and this is what always happens in any media, in any news, in any political anything, any small criticism of the United States. Yeah. People just take as, you hate America, and you hate our God-given freedom nation and the Constitution and the boys in blue and the soldiers and everything. Right. Yeah. But actually, no, I very much like Captain America. I love the dream. I would like to strive for America to be what it was meant to be. Yeah. And it just like, I don't know. It feels like Disney got scared when they do this stuff that is kind of making a statement. Yeah. And saying like, yeah, people have been treated poorly. And what does it mean to represent a nation that has historically been really bad to your people? Right. Yeah. That's an interesting question. Yeah. And in asking that question, they got a lot of people kind of upset.
Kind of fired up.
Kind of mad. And I really wonder if there was more of that.
Yeah.
And they just got rid of it. Because in this one, there's no conflict at all.
Mm-hmm.
There's no inner turmoil
right.
in any sense. Like, does Sam have an internal conflict about anything?
I mean, maybe about just like, should he like throw his weight behind the American government, and like, should he take orders from the president, stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of that. But there's not a ton. It's not like a main story point of, like, should I be, is this the right move for me? It feels like they kind of just went, okay, we did plenty of that in Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the next thing and do a different story beat.
But he also kind of just like goes rogue, sort of.
Kind of.
Like,
yeah.
But I don't know, man. The story is just kind of nothing.
It really is kind of nothing. I wish it was more. I wanted it to be more so much. And so did, clearly Marvel did too. Because they pack in all these things that, these aren't spoilers because they showed just about everything in the trailers and the marketing. Mm-hmm. So they pack in
Which
this.
is surprising.
I know.
Because you watch the trailers and you're like, okay, this is probably all from the first third or something.
Yeah.
Or the first 30
so.
minutes.
Yeah.
There's stuff from the beginning to end.
Yeah.
To the very end of this movie in the trailers. Which is something I feel like I've almost never seen.
Well, it's because I think that usually says something about the quality of the movie. Is like, if they're showing you the coolest scenes of the movie, and you watch the movie and you go, you watch it in its fullness.
Yeah.
And there's nothing cooler than what you'd seen before you show up at the theater. Like great, I paid X amount of money for just the trailer with some stuff in between. Bad. It's
just rough.
Yeah.
I don't know. If we're talking about our categories, we just go through the categories real quick and then talk spoilers.
Yeah.
If we're talking about script, score, cinematography, score, didn't notice it.
At all.
Script, really bad.
Yeah.
Cinematography, the only things that I can think of are bad shots. The only things that stick out to me are weird bad shots.
Yeah.
Like when they walk into the gym at the beginning of the movie.
Oh, yeah.
To see Isaiah.
Yeah.
It just feels so weird and staged.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's either nothing or it looks bad.
Yeah. You caught the reshoots even better than I did.
The reshoots are so horrifyingly obvious to me.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's just a general head and shoulder of somebody on a shot reverse shot.
It's just people.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this.
Yeah.
And I'm talking to you about this thing.
Yeah.
Like the one that was really, there were two that were really annoying to me. And that was when he's talking to Sidewinder towards the end.
Yep.
In what, like I said before, it kind of just looks like the LA River, weirdly. And then, you know
Why
what I mean?
Are they there? Yeah, I do. It's so weird.
It's like, they're not, that's definitely not where they are.
Yeah.
And then when he's talking to Sam Stearns at the end.
Yeah.
And he's obviously not there.
Yeah.
It's like painful. There's also a shot that is in one of the clips they released ahead of the movie of General Ross on Air Force One, and he gets off the Peloton and is talking to his advisor. I don't know what this woman's job is, but she's like Sam's
I think she's
person.
Secret Security or Secret Service Director.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not made clear.
She had the badge for it. I don't know.
Yep. And they're so clearly to me not in the same room.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford is sitting over here and she's over here, and it genuinely to me looked like they got the eye lines wrong and she wasn't even really looking at him.
Yeah, that's bad. That's like basic.
Cinematography, bad. Script, really bad.
Yeah.
This is the definition of tell, show nothing.
Yeah.
Tell and show. Show and then immediately tell.
Yeah.
Simultaneously, show and tell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh no, there's Cap, they just shot a missile.
Yeah.
What? The president did this thing, and that's going to ruin his reputation. And that's not all. I'll tell you what else about that.
Yeah.
It's this thing, and this is... oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
You want to see what I wrote down?
Yeah. Let's hear it.
Well, it'll be spoilers, so we got to wait.
Oh, that's a good point.
It's script, score, cinematography, performances. Everyone's bad.
Yeah.
Everyone's bad. Harrison Ford is not good.
He's okay. There are parts when I thought he would phone it in, and he did all right. And Carl Lumbly did great, I think.
I like Carl Lumbly.
He killed it.
Martian Manhunter.
Martian Manhunter?
Martian Manhunter.
Did he voice Martian Manhunter at some point or something?
League.
In the cartoon?
Yes.
That's him?
Yes.
What a stud. I didn't know that.
Martian Manhunter.
I like him even more now.
Joaquin Torres, bad.
Bad.
Don't like him. wish he was good. Didn't like him.
Yeah.
Sorry. Sam Wilson. He didn't do any cringy speeches, mostly.
He was just kind of, we'll get into it. There was a little bit of cringy speech.
A little bit.
There was just a whole lot of not very much for both. I'm going to go for both of those men.
Yes.
They have no personality.
Nope.
Why should I lock in on either of those characters? You know what I mean? It's like you love Steve Rogers because he hates bullies and he's the little guy, but now he's a big guy. Like you get all of his character and personality. You like Sam Wilson because he's loyal. He wants to help people through his support group thing and stuff like that. You have all these reasons, but then you get to this movie and it's like, okay, it really feels like we're too scared to actually give them too big of personalities. So let's give them no personality at all and hope that the big walloping action which doesn't ever really show up, is enough to make this a fun experience for audiences. And it's just not,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Directing? I don't know.
So plain.
Editing? Bad.
Except I will say this. CGI on Red Hulk, I think, was solid.
Really?
It was more solid than a lot of the Hulk stuff. Like I liked looking at him more than I liked looking at the Smart Hulk, more than I liked looking at She-Hulk to compare to other Hulk characters.
I would much rather look at She-Hulk.
You're married, Marshall. You can't say this.
So are you, and you're the one who wants to look at big red shirtless Harrison Ford.
Yeah, duh. Did you see him? Did you see the traps on him? Colossal. It's like a mountain sticking up out of his shoulders. It's insane. He looked like younger Harrison Ford too, which I thought was really fun.
You know what's something that I've never been able to unsee?
What's that?
Somebody pointed out that guys with really big, like whatever this muscle is, that it looks like there is a guy
wearing a shirt
wearing
of themselves.
Of a big guy.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
you just can't unsee it. Whenever you see a bodybuilder, there's a little guy inside that guy.
When I see Creed, the movie Creed with Michael B. Jordan, he looks like he's just popping up out of his own shoulders, and it's so fun. Watch that. Next time you guys watch Creed, look for that. It's hilarious. Yeah, you won't be able to unsee that.
This movie just makes me sad. But this is the thing that they were saying on the Weekly Planet that I think is true, and that I like, and I agree with, is that it feels like this is the last of a bad bunch. Like this seems like this is the one that was the last one before a year or two ago they were like, okay, we need to slow down our output and do quality over quantity. We're going to get serious about this.
Yeah.
And that's when presumably they fired all the people who were working on all the Avengers movies coming up and got the Russo brothers for safety. And when they made the very strange choice of Dr. Doom. Yeah. Robert Downey Doom.
Dr. Robert Doom.
Dr. Robert Doom Jr., son of Dr. Robert Doom Sr., director of Putney Swope.
That's a deep cut. I don't even know that one.
It's a movie directed by Robert Downey Jr. Sr. Robert Downey Jr. Sr.
You're losing it, Marshall. You're losing focus. Oh no, he's going to turn into the Red Hulk.
My calf is going to get larger.
They weirdly focused on his calf like twice. I noticed that too. Why not any part of the man's body other than
Dude, it makes me sad. Basically, this movie makes me sad.
Yeah.
But I feel like James and Mason said, it feels like this is the last of we announced a bunch of stuff, and from here on, we are putting more effort into it. Thunderbolts looks genuinely good.
It does. It looks like fun.
I wish it was something that it isn't.
Which
is
is
that
what?
they had better characters.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Because they just have made all these characters paramilitary murderers since the beginning. Since 2008. They just kill all the villains because they're all murderers, which is really weird.
Sometimes.
That we're just fine with this.
Yeah.
That all of these superheroes are out there killing the main characters.
Yeah.
Not a normal thing
Bad
for
guys.
superheroes.
Bad guys.
Yeah,
for sure.
but like weird. Weird.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's not a normal thing for most superheroes.
Yeah.
To just be like, well, I'm going to kill this guy, and now I've defeated him.
Yeah.
We're fine with this.
You got a point. Yeah.
And because of that, we've lost out on so many good villains being able to come back ever again. And that's why we're stuck with the characters that we have for Thunderbolts. It's just, I don't know. I think it'll be good. The Sentry costume leaked, of course.
Did it? I didn't see this.
Guess why?
I don't know. The Weekly
Funko
Planet?
Pop.
Oh, through Funko.
Obviously.
That's a classic move.
It's so funny that they're not showing it in the trailer, and everyone knows in a week's time we
I gotta
will
look
be
this
seeing
up.
a Funko Pop.
Yeah. I wonder if it's still out there.
It just looks like Sentry, which is cool.
Like just
No big
Comics
S,
Sentry?
but it is like
No
yellow
big
and
S.
blue,
Well, that's a
which is cool.
that's
Big
a
yellow blue suit.
big ass disappointment.
It is. But I just hope that the stuff coming up is good. I think Fantastic Four looks good. I don't know, man. This is what I'll say.
Yeah.
On the scale of yes to no, I feel like I'm saying no. That's how I feel about it. This movie makes me sad. It makes me wish that the MCU was a different thing than it is. It makes me wish that Fantastic Four was a brand new universe. It makes me wish that the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man cartoon was the universe that we were always in. Even though it's not great, but it's better in its own
fun
way.
at least. You can still have fun there.
It's fun. It feels like comic books, and having all these Spider-Man characters in the first place makes more sense.
Yeah.
Having it be Norman instead of Tony makes more sense.
Mhm.
Who recruits Peter? All this different stuff makes more sense. Post Endgame should have been, it could have been in an ideal world, Norman rebuilding the Avengers as the Dark Avengers,
Mhm.
and that's what the Thunderbolts should have been. The Thunderbolts in the comics is a group of villains masquerading as superheroes. It's not that. It's just like the current state of Marvel makes me depressed,
Yeah.
and I hope that it fixes itself,
It's
but I
not-
don't trust it.
Well, it's not that I need it all to be just like the source material either.
No.
I just need it to have like a consistent vision for itself and keep going. It's like Kevin Feige used to be great at that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it got away from him. I don't know what the deal is.
I just post Endgame, I think they got scared.
I think so too.
And the
Yeah.
Kang thing exploded in their faces.
Yeah, that was bad
But
luck.
there's also rumors that they're bringing him back, maybe?
I when that first happened, I hypothesized that they would give it a few years and let the controversy blow over as best as
Yeah.
and then do the Hollywood thing where they're just like, oh, that was a long time ago.
actually
Now we
fine.
can just go back to it.
But also, I can't remember where that even ended out, because he went to court and all this different stuff, and didn't he... I don't know if he got
remember.
acquitted in the court. Maybe he got actually convicted in court of doing something. But then I
Yeah.
feel like I saw something that outside of court, things seemed to be not actually what happened, maybe?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
If he's a woman hitter, then I'm not a fan of him.
Yeah. Big
If
thumbs
he
down.
isn't, put him back in the movies.
Yeah. Give him his career back if he is deserving of it. I don't know if that's the right way to say that. But
I don't know, man.
yeah, it's like if he didn't deserve to get the boot, then unboot him.
Hang it up, maybe. I don't know.
They will at some point.
Say
I'm
yes
sure.
or no.
I'm gonna say yes with a
No caveats. You have to only use
I
tone
can't.
of voice.
Oh, I can't caveat it.
Nope, only tone of voice.
All right. Yes. How was that?
That's good.
It was I've heard people call this the okayest Marvel movie, and I like multiple people have said this.
I think it's bad.
And I think it's very much middle. It feels like just the kind of like garbage can of Marvel, where they just threw all the ideas that they don't want to put into like more high risk projects. They're like, okay, people have been wondering what happened to the Celestial. Let's put it in this movie and just get it out of the way, so people will stop bringing up that we haven't talked about it yet. People want this was in the advertising. People want adamantium, and they want to understand that. Well, let's just say they found it in the Celestial, and then we don't have to worry about
Which is an
informing
interesting
people
way
that
to do it.
in a more interesting story.
Yeah.
Because we've already explained it here, and we can move on, and it's just here now. It's like stuff like that. I feel like this was just a weird stepping stone to their movies that they're actually more interested in and excited about.
Yeah.
I
don't know. Just don't make it. Falcon and the Winter Soldier should have been this movie.
Yeah.
They should have just, that's a more interesting story. And if you don't drag that story out over the amount of episodes that it took, then you get rid of the weird pacing issues that show had, with the weird back and forth of we're back in this random town in like Belgium or something for the third time, walking down the same street for the 50th time. You fix all of that because it's 2 hours, 3 hours maybe if you have to. And I think that that's a really cool story that was almost great so much of the time.
Yeah. What you're not saying is that they should take I keep on saying that, take Falcon and the Winter Soldier and just compress what they shot for a TV show into a movie. Because Disney keeps on doing stupid nonsense like that, and it doesn't fix the pacing issues. It makes it so much worse.
I think I could do a good edit and turn it into a better thing than it is.
Maybe you could. Hollywood can't seem to do it, though.
Yeah, I don't
Like, did you see Moana 2 last year?
No.
It was
I don't
supposed
know
to be
anyone who saw Moana 2, but somehow it's the best grossing animated movie of all time or
somehow,
something.
yeah. But it was exactly that. They were going to make a TV show for Disney Plus.
Yeah.
They went, this isn't very good as a TV show, so let's just recut it into a movie.
Yeah.
And it is so disjointed and just weird and not
Really?
great. I don't think you have any taste for it at all. Like,
I don't taste it.
Good.
Well, I don't think we have time to go through Captain America Bingo, so I'm going to put our scores up right here.
Ding.
Good job, one of us.
Good job, somebody.
You want to can I just read my notes to you?
Please do. Yeah.
This is what I was writing as the movie was happening.
Are we going to spoilers now? Is that what I'm here?
Big spoilers. So I said no, and you said yeah.
Yeah.
So crazy when James Bond was killed. James Bond died. So James Bond died. Crazy.
Which James Bond?
You know. It's a running bit, I have to say. But I didn't entirely remember how I used to say it.
Why do you have to say it? Year. Did you watch No Time to Die? And
I've already told this story before on the show.
Yeah, but I haven't heard it.
This is what happened. We talked about No Time to Die on the podcast. Me and Herbal, I think. And then I'm going somewhere with my parents, and there was the latest episode of the podcast, and my mom was like, oh, we could listen to that. So we start listening to the No Time to Die episode, and we get to the spoilers. And I was like, we're going to spoil the movie, Mom. Like, you don't want to see it first? She was like, no, I don't really care that much. And then we get to the spoiler part, and I immediately, when we go into spoilers, say, so James Bond dies. And my mom goes, well, I didn't want to know that.
Oh, my gosh.
Karen.
Shout out, Karen.
Shout out, Karen.
You're an absolute gem.
So since then, I think almost every single episode said, so James Bond dies.
That's really good. I like that.
End. Here's my notes for this movie.
Yeah.
Giancarlo Esposito just doing what he always does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Really frustrating.
Sounding kind of cool, kind of suave, but also super evil and old.
Of it.
Yeah.
The Captain America I dreamed of killing was bigger than you.
Not a great...
No. Did you know that guy is supposed to be Copperhead?
I saw that in the cast list somewhere, and that's the only thing I knew about that.
What?
Yep.
One of two notable comics characters in this movie that I know of who were transformed into generic military guy.
Yes. Yeah.
And then killed.
Yeah. Put my boy in a snake suit post haste.
It's crazy.
I want to see him in a snake.
I'll add your star to my collection.
What does that mean? What stars?
You have a collection of stars? Copperhead?
Like, good to have a hobby for sure.
Who's like...
Yeah.
Wait,
did you fight Steve Rogers at some point and take his? I don't know.
Like, did you take the star off of his costume, his chest?
Right.
Is this...
Like,
did we miss...
Maybe it's a military thing. Like, he's taking...
Like generals?
Like generals, that
generals?
kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
Don't know.
Weird.
Harrison Ford giving bad exposition. Oh, this was when he was standing in front of the grave. Totally, he was standing in front of a grave and not on a green screen.
Yeah, not at all.
And he was like, oh, man, my wife is dead and Betty doesn't like me anymore. And the cherry blossoms. America, we need this. We need this treaty to work.
People keep asking me if I shot Greedo first.
Yeah. Isaiah Bradley explaining his story while being stiff as a board. Yep.
Yes.
Just like, I'm the Captain America. Did you watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier? I guess not. I'm the Captain America that was experimented on. Okay, man.
It was so cheap. Yeah.
What is this capture the flag training they're doing? They're just like trying to jump around.
Yeah. You didn't explain these rules to us.
I don't know what the thing is here.
Yeah.
Weird random pop music needle drops. There's a lot of weird needle drops that don't make any sense in this movie, but we're just doing it for the culture.
And I don't think they dropped any huge songs, did they? Like,
No,
were they
they're
anything
just
well known?
They threw, I mean, Kendrick Lamar at the end for no
Yeah.
reason
Yeah.
because Captain America's black, so put Kendrick in there.
Yeah, that's the only thing you can do.
Yeah, and then all the reactions on Twitter are like, "This is not.
Yeah.
Don't pander to me."
Yeah.
We super forced jokes. Does this movie think it's Black Panther? New Falcon is really annoying. Marvel Legolas. You shouldn't even be in these situations. You're not Steve Rogers. What does that mean?
Steve Rogers
President?
singular.
What? You shouldn't be in these situations. You're not Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Why should Steve Rogers be in these situations, and why should Sam not be?
I think the intended implication is that Steve Rogers is a super soldier and Sam Wilson is not.
Okay.
I think that's the idea.
Which also has no bearing on anything because he's just drop kicking and punching strong guys anyway. It doesn't matter.
And also, I know the whole thing in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier was like, I don't want to take the serum because I just want to be a normal guy and do this as a normal guy.
Yeah.
Didn't land.
Doesn't matter.
Take the juice.
Just take it.
Take it. Have it.
Just take it. They even make a joke about it in the movie.
Yeah. He even regrets it himself.
Just take it.
Like, why? It doesn't change your character. Yeah.
Yeah. Made me think of a friend of mine, activated by code words. Nobody talks like this.
Yes. Yeah. We all
just-
get
it's Bucky.
the Winter Soldier thing.
We know it's Bucky.
Yeah.
You're not being coy and cute by not saying Bucky.
Yeah.
It's just weird that you wouldn't say Bucky.
Yeah.
Because Joaquin knows who Bucky is. And it's
Yeah.
not a secret that the Winter Soldier, like all this stuff is probably public.
Yeah.
Why is he talking like this?
You can make fun, snappy dialogue without that.
Yeah, you can. Sidewinder explodes Sam.
Wait, he...
When he's
Oh, in the car?
And it just like explodes. It just explodes. And there's no hint at all of any way that he could have escaped or gotten out. And it makes me think of Winter Soldier when Sam Jackson is in the car and he has to escape the car and everything like that.
He lightsabers into the ground.
Yeah, they do show that he gets the little lightsaber. You don't know exactly what it is, but you know something's happening.
Yeah.
In this, Sidewinder just blows up the car that Sam is in with no warning. It's like all the memes of Paul McCartney playing Live and Let Die, and it's Paul McCartney explodes.
Yeah.
And it's just, he gets to the song and then the pyrotechnic go off.
Yeah.
It's just like he's just in the car and then the car explodes. And then 20 seconds later, he's fine and nothing is wrong at all.
I have two things about that.
Yes.
Where did Nick Fury go in that movie? Was he just like in
The
a hole
sewer.
in the ground, or was he in the sewer? That was my thought. I was
Just
like,
down.
maybe he's weirdly in the Washington D.C. infrastructure there. But yeah, straight up just down.
The catacombs,
I guess.
obviously, where they store all the president's bones.
My other thing was that. Great.
You know,
What a happy place to be.
the president catacombs
Yeah.
under Washington, D.C.
Amazing.
Is he in D.C.?
Yeah, he's in D.C. at that
The
point in the
president
film.
bones.
Great. My favorite place in DC to visit. That's so good. When Sidewinder kind of just like oops that grenade just straight into the hole that he already blew in Sam Wilson's windshield.
like-
that was sick. That was just satisfying
What
to
is
watch.
this?
I don't know.
Okay, he has the most casual or stilted possible stance with his guns, like he's never had one in his hands.
Yes, yeah.
Just the way that he held them. Super weird. Super doesn't... It's really bad.
Yeah.
Full horizontal Sam after drop kick. he drop kicks Sidewinder and then is just like this and then goes straight down.
Yes.
Like, I don't think that actually happened. I
Yeah.
don't think this is real. Oh no, did I just delete my notes? Hold on. No, it's still here. So you steal the stuff to get the countries to fight that could break the treaty and it'll ruin Ross's... just like...
Yeah.
Explaining everything.
Yeah.
Hey honey, who's at the door? When Sam Stearns just goes and like kills a guy or something.
Who was that guy?
I don't know. It's just a dude.
I'm sure I was supposed to
It's just a
recognize him.
dude or something.
Yeah.
But it's just funny of like the who's at the door? Nobody
Yeah.
says that.
Yeah.
You answer the door, you're hiding.
Yeah.
Your wife is not in the background saying, "I wonder who's that." Is this the 1950s? Is she preparing a nice roast in the back room too? Like, what is going on here?
The cheapest way to go. Oh, remember, this is a bad guy.
Yeah.
Don't have any ambiguity. This is a bad dude because he just killed this man
Who's
and
there?
his family.
And then you hear bang bang.
Yeah.
Okay. The leader looks dumb. No forehead. Really stupid. Really hate the brain look. Looks dumb. His neck is weird too.
Maybe.
Notice that?
It's not just Tim Blake Nelson's neck.
It's not.
I think it's my prosthetic neck.
Explaining everything a third time from Sam to Ross now. Be creative.
Yeah.
So much people standing in rooms opposite each other, just standing there talking. If it's all a set, why not interact with it? All fixed by explaining what's happening, but I guess pride is the issue. Constantly telling us what is happening. If he can wear a hat, the head isn't big enough. That's my takeaway from this movie. That should have been my Letterboxd review.
I need more noggin out of this man.
I need more nog. Sam knocks down missiles and nothing happens. New Falcon does it and nearly dies. Bucky is definitely the results of reshoots, zero personality, just there to be a sounding board and say, hey, you can do it.
Yeah.
Bucky running for Congress and then being in Congress, according to Thunderbolts, is weird. He assassinated John F. Kennedy.
Yes, he has been out here killing people.
Yeah. Ross is kind of just a loser. I don't care about his my daughter doesn't like me stuff.
Yeah, grow up.
Leader confronts Sam outside of hospital. Again, just two people happening to just standing in front of each other. Cheaped out on the transformation. Red Hulk. This is what Stearns wanted. Yeah, man. Like, we know.
Yeah.
Like, we know this is.
Yeah.
Everybody, shut up.
You don't have to explain this to us.
Poor Washington Monument is always being blasted. There had to have been a cherry blossom flashback at some point because that's all they talk about. Really wish he exploded the Hulk. You know?
How did he, speaking of that fight, maybe you have this too, but like, how did his weird little wing bits actually pierce the Hulk's skin? That's just a strange, I feel like that's...
I don't know, man.
I feel like the Hulk has impenetrable skin and that's well known. Isn't it?
The whole thing just makes me mad. The whole thing makes me mad. And like...
Oh no, he's going to Hulk out again, folks.
The Falcon Awakens, I wrote here. Why did I write that? The Falcon Awakens.
Oh, because that's what Sam says to Joaquin when he wakes up in the hospital.
The Falcon Awakens. It's like really stupid.
It's really dumb.
This is my takeaway. Movie's bad. I wish it was better. It's not. It's bad. It's mostly bad things. Most of it is bad. I don't like it. It's bad. I want it to be good.
What is this?
I'm so upset. I need the red Hulk hands. You buy the green ones and I'll buy the red ones.
And then we can just fight soccer bomber style.
Get out.
Yeah. Amazing.
I just wanted it to be better. It's not better. It's bad. It's not good.
Yeah.
It's bad. Someday we'll have a good movie again.
Yeah.
Never for this one, because it's bad.
I'm looking forward to the day that you and I talk about a movie that's like a sure thing. Like, let's talk about
Superman.
Superman would be good. Yeah.
Please be good.
Or Fantastic Four. Risky, but looks good. Are you not ready to call it good yet? Because I feel like you and I think are on the same page about like it'll probably be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's what I have to say.
Yeah.
I have to leave. So this movie's not good.
Yeah.
You don't think it's good? Do you think it's good or bad?
I think it's okay. I think it's
good or bad.
I think it's a solid 5 out of 10.
Say good or bad.
Absolute middle of the road.
Say good or bad.
Since I don't think it's good, I will say it's bad.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. We solved America's problems.
We've done it.
We didn't talk about Sabra and the crazy stuff there.
She didn't get got like I thought she would. Oh, but we should talk about how
she's so weird and small.
I don't want to be mean to anybody. She is so off-putting to look at
small,
sometimes.
Her head is large. She just is.
She's got bug eyes. Doesn't give.
She's there for no reason.
Yeah.
They could have made it anyone else. It's maybe they got scared when all the Israel stuff started happening.
Yeah.
And they knew people were going to be mad about it. Mm-hmm. So they downplayed her into just being a Black Widow for no reason. And then she's there for no reason. And it doesn't matter. And nothing in this movie makes sense. It's all bad.
Yeah.
If you want to hear more, this is Cinema Lounge. But Michael and I are going to do another podcast sometime. And we're going to talk about stuff. Comic book stuff. On another YouTube channel, Marshall Parrish. Where I'm going to be doing more stuff, talking about comics, specifically comics, my life trying to become an artist and stuff like that, trying to become a professional artist, that is. And I got a lot to talk about there.
Yeah.
So we can talk more about comic books and specifically Captain America and Superman and comic books as propaganda. Because there's a lot of stuff in that I would be really fascinated to get into that would also play back into this movie as well. So check it out. Thanks for listening. Sorry that it's been a year and that it was a year before that as well. Hopefully we'll keep making new episodes. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Cinema Lounge.
See you next time.
Okay. I think it's...
Yeah, I think it's good too.